Troopers, welcome back to the Island Trooper Garage. Today we're going to have a little talk about rusted frames or frame rot. So this is, much to my dismay, an old Isuzu factory recall. It's talking about the rusted out frames, specifically 1998 to 2002 Rodeos, as well as the 2002 Axioms. Now there are a lot of Troopers out there that run the same risk. This is relatively the same frame. So let's go and have a look at a pretty good example I've got outside, because we're about to kill the beast. The beast is an old red Trooper that I've had around as a parts truck for quite a while here, but it's getting close to the scrap metal bin. So let's have a quick look at this Trooper now. One of the first areas that I've noticed as being a problem are pretty much all the archways in the frame. Okay, so on this side of the driver and over on the passenger side, you'll notice there's this seam in the body that forms your wheel well up in here, and the water can find its way down these seams and drip right on top of the frame in here. And so the rest of the frame on the outside might not look too bad. You need to inspect the top of the frames, okay? If you're going to buy an old Trooper, you can take a look at these frames carefully before you purchase, because you don't want something that's going to fail a safety. The reality is, if you can just take a little chipping hammer, something silly like this, it's going to tell you whether the frame is in good enough shape. It's not going to do, you're not going to have enough power with this to do any damage to the frame, but if you can poke this through the frame, you can't trust that frame. You can't trust your life on that. Yeah, sure, you can take it out in the bush and beat on it, but you got nobody to cry to when you're stuck out in the bush with a snapped frame. And if you go on the roads and kill anybody or kill yourself, there's really no sense in that. These trucks are getting 25 to 30 years old, and we need to inspect them. You can go to any mechanic, any garage, and have your Trooper frame inspected, and ask them to be thorough, you know. So the part that we're talking about in the recall is right up in here in front of the rear tires, right? This area right up in here, okay? And so yeah, it's pretty nasty under there. I'm gonna chip off some rock guard. Okay, this tube is plug solid. That's not good. Want to clean that stuff out if we're gonna save this frame. We're gonna work on it. Definitely want to protect this from rust. And this one's pretty solid, you know. Check your brackets, all your gussets. Get on the bottom side, crack the inside of the frame. You know, see what it's like in there. Is it just mud and some scale, or is there cancer? If you see any swelling in the frame members, and it's a used Trooper that you're checking out buying, before you hit the swell with your hammer, if it's a really big swell, if it's a couple inches or 4 inches or more long, you probably want to talk to the current owner before you hit it, because you might land up going right through.